in the vision-based model, recently, language model have really. Now, through my career, I have never seen any AI like the large language model have a lot of probability, a lot of potentials to change things, how we do things. And today, I'm going to talk about how to use AI to develop. I sort of grow a conviction that if AI write bad code, that's my fault. I'm going to show you how I do something and try to encourage you to do the same. Let me try the button. Oh.
I touched this up there. Okay, try it now. Is it working or not working? Oh, okay.
Restart.
Yeah. And slideshow. The clicker is not working very well. Screen, okay. Sorry. This is why we saved all that time.
All speakers before.
Is it working? You might just have to touch the arrow.
Oh, now button works. All right, let's get started. 4 different tasks. I was managed to make AI do the most tedious and boring work. And if you see from left to the right, I personally like the jobs on the right-hand side rather than the left-hand side. It's not like I don't like coding. It's more like I don't want to type it. Right? This is real life experience. And then for coding nowadays, AI write 99% of my code, and including the whole project. And the documentation, our developers write some, mostly generated by AI, but we give AI a direction how AI should generate. Documentation. Testing, we do half and half. AI mostly do unit tests, some integration tests, end-to-end tests. Human mainly do exploratory testing. And for task instructions, those are most critical part, and mostly 100% done by human right now. But we try to use some models, more advanced model, try to, let AI generate its own task instruction. But wasn't very successful, but we keep trying. So this gives us not only the productivity, but also because now we have less people do more things, we save a lot of communication cost. If a very, very senior developer has some idea in the mind, he or she can actually get the result really quick. Doesn't have to, in 3 different developers, get that out and then test the result. So that is a huge win for us. The process is very simple, right? I have been doing this for 2 years. Basically, you put something in the prompt, and then the AI will generate some code, and you test it. If you see a bug, iterate, put a bug back to the prompt, and let the AI generate new code, test it. If passed, disappear. Through these 2 years, from the beginning, when you use some earlier model, you probably generate 15 lines of code if you're lucky. But now we have 300 lines of code. Have files. AI generate the entire file of 300 lines of code. Pass at once. So that's the advancement AI had been achieved over the past 2 years. Consider that the AI model we're gonna just get better and better. Context window larger and larger. Now we have 1 million tokens context window. Soon we're gonna unlimited. That'd be cool. And then all other things will make AI programming super easy and appealing. Quick example: if you have existing features, you want to add a new feature, right? This is the prompt. Looks like that's the code. Look like this is toy model. This is something that really simple. AI can do very well. If you check the prompt structure, you have some existing documentation about your existing APIs or other things or features you have. And then you put some instructions to AI. Hey, this is what I want you to do. The first part is, occupying 95% of your total. The instruction is sometimes very simple. And the 95% of the prompt actually is your existing documentation or code or some other type of documentations. So the rule number one for generating good code is really have very high quality documentations, and including a lot of different things. Design principles, architecture, all the documentations. If you have it, that's great. If you don't have it, prepare it, and then AI will be using them. I'll just mention one thing. You better use Markdown format to write those documentations if you have very complicated diagram, and use warming chart or those kind of things. Very easy to tokenize, right? This is some suggestions when how you do red documentation for large language model for human beings, and I'm going to skip it. Priority number one and number two is you have very good tests. Let AI generate tests. You have a good developers and do exploratory testing. That's the key to make sure that AI generated code is really useful, and then there's no serious bugs. Priority number three, use open source boring stack. If you choose start a new project, you can Python, JavaScript, TypeScript. That's the three languages AI have done the best. SQL is not that bad as well, but SQL is not really a full stack language. Framework, you use boring framework, right? Don't try to use a new framework, because AI was trained on those boring, most used framework. You want to be in that place. Use the infrastructure everybody use. Okay? If you want to be innovative, you have to be ready to write your own code. Number four, use the most advanced model as possible to generate your code. And because they have a larger context window, you can put a lot of documentations, design philosophies into that context window. And the attention of the large language model won't be lost. Right? That's the advantage we will have. The model have to be very good at reasoning, right? And then it have to, we don't have a real-time knowledge yet, because you always see the model is cut off outages last year. But very soon, we hope we can have some AI model have real-time knowledge. All right, let's recap. If AI write wrong code, that's my fault. So this also shows the leadership, right? If you have a bunch of junior engineers, if they make mistake, if you're a leader, you take responsibility. We should use the same principle to treat AI. And if you're working on if you are as an executive in an organization, mandate your developers use AI. The more they use, they get better, and then more your operation will gain. And also for developers, stop doing auto completion. You will see some tools have to do auto completion, couple lines, 4 lines. Just use the AI to generate the entire file, right? And then iterate from there. You can see a lot of difference. There's a lot of technical reasons why we want to do that, but let's talk about it next time. Right. Thank you.
Time for a couple questions. A quick question is, when you mentioned like a
almost your tests are done 50% AI and 50%. And what kind of tools you use for the AI to generate the test case?
Yeah, it's the only thing I use is the API, the large language model API called chat completion. So basically, you post a prompt, you get answer. I don't need to use any fancy tool. How do I manage the context? Through copy pasting, right? Human copy pasting is the best RAG, even though RAG is retrieval augmented generation. That's the best RAG so far. So you use the trick is you use AI to generate a bunch of code, and then you use AI to generate based on the code, generate the unit test, and then you let it run several times. The quality of AI generated code will get better. Yeah.
Somebody online had a question about using LLMs in, let's see, elaborate on LLMs and software workflows.
Oh, I have slides for this.
But her homeowner's insurance canceled her.
This is very simple workflow, just like nowadays you chat with GPT. You put a prompt, generate code, test it,
And then she.
go through the iteration a couple of times, and then until it passes your test with a PR. And if somebody give you a code review comments, tell AI, hey, this is the comments I received. Can you validate it? If so, fix it. Right? Go through this very boring information.
Well, then,
But the key is,
our future.
in the prompt, you have to paste a lot of relevant documentations,
And
right? And you have a very specific instruction how AI should read code. If those documents are ready, it's very handy, easy for you to do. You can also automate this.
Tar and gravel. Boom.
At least through test
Yeah.
to prompt, that kind of
It's a phone.
area automated.
I mean, it's not terrible.
What type of software do you actually develop?
That's right. For me, I'm working on full stack, for example, Next.js based full stack web app. And I also develop, not me, it's my team also develops framework, Python based framework. Both front and back end stuff.
Ushin, we have one question more from you. Go ahead.
Did you train your LLM yourself, or you had somebody has trained, or?
Yeah, we used auto shelf largely. Now my favorite one is O1, OpenAI, and Cloud Summit is pretty good too. And this is my two favorite. I don't train my own model. It's very, very expensive.
Did you
No training, just use auto shell. Because some people try to fine tuning. I tried it, and then it doesn't make too much difference. Yeah. Thank you.
Wow, okay, thanks. Anybody have planning to write a paper for the conference in October? Raise your hand. All right.
All right.
Can you get that, get this going? We're just about ready to close up here. I want to thank all the speakers